Hi, Hillside. Well, if you were at the service on Sunday, or you watched it or listened to it, you heard all of us get to share a little bit about what God spoke to us or did during 2020 and what he's doing now and looking forward. And one of the things that I talked about was the youth and the youth group, and how we started that during that time that we were apart. And it's one of the only in-person things we had going on. They're all young and resilient, and most of them see each other, we're already in each other's COVID bubbles outside of church. And so we were able to do that. And I just wanted to share a little bit more, as I was thinking a little bit more about that in the process of starting it. I shared a little bit how I, at first, had, my doubts on whether it was feasible, whether we had the students, and all of these things, if it would work, and if we'd be able to maintain it. I certainly had doubts of my own ability to do it, to lead it, and some of those things. And I think, it's easy for the wondering if I had the ability to do it. I thought, okay, well, am I capable of it? Well, you know what? It doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, I could probably do it, but it doesn't really matter, because it's not going to be out of my capability, but God is capable, and he will, help me along the way. And so it's easy to lean on that. But then I thought, there definitely was a selfish portion of that as well. This idea of, if I give all this time and energy and effort into this, and there's only one or two students, 1, 2, 3 students, man, I will be investing so much of myself just for one student to show up. That would be a bummer. And I had to check myself, that's very selfish to not want to do it for one person, and thinking, if God or Jesus died on the cross and for all of us, but he would have done it if it were only one person. And how much he would have gone to the cross for one person. I certainly can give up, some time preparing every week, and give up a weeknight every week, even if it's one student, because that one student, that one life and one soul is worth it. They are worth the investment and the time. And if you show up for one person, if it was one person, how much would that mean to them? Wow, this person is willing to do this just for me. And it turns out it wasn't just one student, but still, even if it only, there's 8 students, if it only impacted one student, that's still worth it. And having to realize that, and you might not even really see it, but if it impacts, one person, even down the road, that's worth it. That's important. And I thought immediately of Luke 15 contains the parable of the lost things, kind of all back to back, right? So you see the shepherd who goes after, leaves the 99 to go after one sheep, or the woman who loses one of her coins and goes frantically looking for the one coin, or the prodigal son, right? The one lost thing, and when they come home, when they find it, how much they rejoice over it, and how much agony and anguish they go through to reach that one lost thing. And so that person, every single person is worth it. And so I thought, that's some encouragement for you. If you are in your life, if you're striving so much, if you're being diligent to be an example of godliness, an example of Jesus in your workplace or something, and it only ever impacts one person, that's worth it. That person is important, and they're worth investing in, or wherever you are in your family or whatever it is. I mean, obviously we want to reach as many people as we can, and that's great. But if we just reach one, that matters. And if you don't know where that will go, if they will then reach another person, or if through that person their kids come into the church, and then you start a generational change in a family, who knows? So that one person is worth it. And so that was important for me to realize. And I think it's important for all of us to realize that, we put in that time and energy for one, because Jesus would have done so much more just if it was just for one. So that's all I have to share with you today. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time.